SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. It's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Los Angeles Rams taking on the San Francisco 49ers.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's an NFC West battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. That'll be taken about a yard deep. It takes us near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Murray now on first down. Open man is Galladay, complete. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
A 3-yard
that first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
29-yard line.
From the gun, Murray hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time,
and down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. You know, a week ago was one of the best defensive performances I've ever seen. He had 5 sacks. Here we go again.
And he's the type of player that'll keep an offensive staff up all week trying to figure out how to slow him down. But at some point, they just have to take account of themselves and say, I've got to get bodies in front of him so he doesn't disrupt our offense totally.
34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Operating from the gun, Vance. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On first down, Vance. He's going to rifle one deep. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A big play there. 44 yards. And the Rams are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Successful. That makes the score Rams.
So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
First down, Murray. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. He is racking the sacks up. Charles, 5 last week, now 2 here.
I don't care what they've done in scheme. It's not working. I mean, you can do it all day long, all night long. They did it all week, and it hasn't worked. And in fact, on that last sack, I thought I saw him drop.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
That's their third sack of the ball game. Second in the league in sacks coming into this one. They plan on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the second spot pretty soon. Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, 3rd and long now. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Throwing on first down is Murray. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
To throw again, Murray. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Nick Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
And it's 3rd down.
Murray with a 3rd and long. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Throw outside to start out. That's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Vance. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. From the gun, Vance. This is handled on the receiving end. Breakaway. They stop him a few yards short. Now, partner, I'm not really sure what in the world they were thinking on 4th and long there at this stage in the game, but you think social media may be firing up a little bit right now?
Oh, the coach is trending right now. All right, there's no doubt about it. People wondering what that decision was. But it takes me back to a number of years ago. A very successful coach in the league had told himself before a playoff game he was going to be aggressive. No matter what, he's going to be aggressive. And it ran his team into some real problems early.
And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else?
And he's going to go down again.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So here are the Rams to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Vance. They'll find Swift out of the backfield. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, LA! A big play there with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Rams strike quickly here for 6 points. So the call's made by Sean McVay. They're going to go for 2. Back to throw. Vance. And they're going to get it. That one's caught. And now the lead moves to 16-0.
16.
So 2 successful two-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or two-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And San Francisco gets set to go here. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
At the 31-yard line.
Shotgun now from Murray. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And he took the contact as he was throwing it. And the ball drops incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
And just a net of 31 here, 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. LA set to take over again on offense. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that in this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try to cut down the length of the drive.
Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Vance. He's going to take another shot here. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. A big play there. Doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. What a first quarter. Boom, you're up 3 scores just like that, and the offense clicking.
And they're thinking to themselves, we can totally overwhelm this team. Now flip it over. They're going to get the ball back. Can't panic here. Talk to yourselves one play at a time to try and get back in.
That's cliche, but really that's the message. This is still very early on in the game. We're in the first quarter.
If you look at it as down 20, then you almost have no shot.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 30.
Now Kyler Murray ready to get back under center. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now this one is tight end out on the right side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Murray. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Nick Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Another try after the first down sack. Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble.
Kyler Murray sacked.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
There's Matt Bosher now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
15-yard line.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm. Throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Vance. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Trey Flowers, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. He's going to complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. It's caught inside the 20. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A huge play that time for the Rams. 43 yards. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Intercepted by the 49ers.
Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down.
Kyler Murray.
You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they left little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. The Niners on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Murray. The LA defense up to snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
That keeps the score Rams 20.
Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
This shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10. It's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams add on to their lead.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown, and teams that look like they had a victory, all of a sudden we're going home with a loss.
They're going to try and run. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
The score Rams 28.
Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a 2-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he can get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more 2-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to, because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost. So. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
On 3rd down, Nichols. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
It's 4th down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on a 6-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league,
it's caught inside the 25. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A big play there. 60 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
They'll try and run it here. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for two is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the two-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we can draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. Catch made by Slayton. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing again, Murray. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Kenny Galladay is intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Murray to air it out again. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Darius Slayton in the final seconds of the first half. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they broke it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. By Jeff Okudah, and he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
49ers 7.
Going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Now, last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
LA Rams.
He's got a rifle run deep left side. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
He's going to try and go deep again. It's caught. One-handed. Oh, my. He pulled it in. A big play there for L.A. An even 50 yards. Looking end zone, but it It's incomplete.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. From the gun on 3rd down. Vance. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
A loss of 4 yards.
Was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
After the sack on 1st down, Murray. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. That's complete to Slayton. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the 1st down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Got the safe completion on 3rd. For them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, Vance. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw again. Vance. He's going to let it go again. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Zone touchdown Rams. A big play there. 60 yards. And the Rams just continue to pour it on. And I think I saw that right. You tell me if I'm wrong. That was just a fly route, just to go. He went.
Sometimes speed, just pure speed, is going to win. I don't care how athletic you are on the other side of the ball. When a guy's that fast and he can just take off, if the quarterback has time to throw the ball and release it when he wants to, that's the end result. Nothing you can do about that. He was just a better athlete on that play.
And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Brings up 2nd.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
And it's 3rd down.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Nichols. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll go as a 1st down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Murray now on 1st down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
A gain of 20.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
A loss of 4 yards.
And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
From the gun on third down, Murray under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
On first and 10, Vance. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, LA! A big play there. 62 yards. And this offense is running away with this one. Well, that was the fly route for a touchdown, and since he caught that one, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for two, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
At their own 25-yard line.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
On first and 10, here's Murray. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense.
A loss of 5.
He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball because you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Operating from the gun, Murray. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Intended for Quintez Cephas. Incomplete.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
K.J. Hamler on the return. The Rams take over first and 10.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Throwing on first down. Vance, he's going to right and got his man complete. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A big play there. 70 yards as as his guys continue to pour it on. And that was just a fly route. There was no stop. He just went.
Yeah, and it was beautiful to watch because you have to set it up as you go along. Everyone knows he's fast, so you play him for that. That's the #1 thing you want to take away. But as you go through a game, sometimes you vary the speed in which you come off the line of scrimmage and maybe start a little bit slower, get him to stop his feet a little bit as a defensive back, and then explode and go, as we saw there.
The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. Trouble here, and down he goes.
6 yards. It's third down. 3rd and long.
To throw on 3rd down. Murray. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
49ers.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll keep it on the ground. Nichols. They see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Intended for number 42.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So now on 4th down, Sean Payton's going to turn it over to the field goal unit. This from 36 yards out. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. In the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
1st and 10. At their own.
L.A. readies for its next possession. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown! Play there. 74 yards. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases. Offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review.
25-yard line.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. On 1st down, Murray. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Operating from the gun, Murray. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
And it's third down.
Throwing on third and long. Murray got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
A gain of 11 yards.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return.
Take over first and 10.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city. But in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
Back to the air on second down. Vance, he's going to go at the 7-yard line. The catch is made. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A huge play that time for the Rams. And even 40 yards from the gun. Vance to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
And this is caught. He's got a touchdown, L.A. From 3 yards out, and the Rams have got it on cruise control. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Niners set to take over on offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A 7-yard pickup.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
32-yard line.
Here's Murray. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
A loss of 5 yards. And it's third down. 3rd and 8.
On 3rd down, Murray. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
A loss of 6 yards. Another 3 and out.
There's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. So it's 49er football here as we get offensively after having time to talk it over. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. We'll call that a 41-yard punt. The net a little greater, though, following a loss on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. L.A. set to take over again on offense. They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is...
And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs?
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic. Faking it. I can understand you want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
It smelled terrible. On 1st and 10, Murray. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Murray. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Murray. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes.
Murray sacked. A loss of 7 yards. And it's 3.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. This pass caught at the 4. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Brings up
that one. Looks like he'll throw here toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Vance's pass.
Brandon, some of those windows that throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a forward,
this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Rams 84, 49ers 10. Brandon McManus set to kick off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble of bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Well, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Murray, one final try. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 40. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And The defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style.